Alright, you guys, to try to help save time on this video, I went ahead and wrote out this very important information. So I want you to pause this video, write it down, and then I'm going to talk to you about it. So pause it. I'm going to add a couple things to it. So you are going to be adding something. Pause it, write it down, then we're going to talk about it. So now that you have it written down, we have simple interest. That's what we're finding. Simple interest is the formula I equals P R T. And remember, when they're all written side by side, that means to multiply. So you're going to multiply a lot. Simple interest is the money paid on top of the principal. This is extra money that you are spending or that you're earning. So this is extra money that you spend or you earn. So this is on top of what you're already paying. Your principal is the amount that you borrow or invested. This is the amount you start with. So this is saying you go to the bank and you want a loan. This is what you start with. Interest is what you pay extra. The rate of interest is the percent charged or earned. What you need to make sure you remember is always change the percent to a decimal. Always change the percent to a decimal. And remember, you do that by moving it 2 places. So if I say 9%, I'm going to move it 2 places to the left, making this 0.09. The last thing you're going to need for this formula is time. Time in years. That is the money that is borrowed or invested. So how much time are you going to be borrowing or investing this? So when I look at this, I am going to say, okay, the amount that I'm borrowing or investing in years, there is 12 months in a year, which means if I say 9 months, I'm going to say 9 over 12, because you always want to write it as a, you're always going to want to write it as a fraction or as a year. So you can't ever have months, you can't ever have days, you have to have years always. And remember, there's 52 weeks in a year, 52 weeks in a year. So if I said 14 weeks, we would write this as 14 over 52. So let's look at an example. So if I tell you that you're going to buy a car, and you're going to buy your car, you're going to get a loan, you're going to borrow a loan for $12,000 over the next 5 years at a simple interest rate of 6%. How much extra will you pay? What will you pay in total? So this is how I set it up. So I want to know how much extra you're going to pay. I want to know your simple interest. What are you starting off with? What are you borrowing? You're borrowing $12,000. And you're wanting this for your rate. Rate is going to be your percent. And I have 6%. So 6% changes to 12.06. So type 0.06. And I want to do this for 5 years. So I'm going to times that by 5. So I'm going to multiply all 3 of these numbers together. When I multiply all 3 of these together, I get my simple interest equals 3,600. So extra, or my simple interest, That's how much extra I ended up spending. So my total amount that I spent, I've got to add my principal, which is what I started with, which was $12,000. I'm going to add the extra, which is $36,000 or $3,600. I'm going to add them together. I'm going to get a total of $15,600 is what I paid for the car. So when I add them for the total, I get $15,600. So I went and I only spent on the car $12,000, but really, because I'm borrowing the money from somewhere else, I'm paying extra, because nobody's going to let you borrow money for free. I'm going to pay an extra $3,600, which gives me, I actually spent $15,600 for that car. When everything was said and done, after I paid all my extra, I ended up paying extra money because you can't really borrow money for free. Hopefully this helps you out. Replay the video if you need to hear me say something again. I will be giving you some examples next time.